Flap Your Way to Success. Written by Andrea C. Mclean. Narrated by Susan Mcgurl. Introduction. Life is never easy or perfect, and we all have times in our lives when we face challenges. Have you ever stopped and wondered if you're living your life at your fullest potential and how you can achieve success? Or maybe you're feeling stuck and not sure how to take your next steps forward. This can be an overwhelming feeling, and I've been there. Fear of the unknown, fear of taking a risk, or trying to live up to others' expectations can hold you back. You might be feeling frustrated, as I was at times. What I have learned over the years after dealing with various challenges is that sometimes there are lessons in the challenges we face. We can choose to look for these lessons, persevere, and forge ahead despite the circumstances. I've created the acronym FLAP to stand for Face Life's Adversities and Persevere. My hope is that this book and the Flap Your Way to Success online course with additional coaching content and questions will help you on your journey to face reality, lighten life's load, turn adversities into action, persevere with patience and passion, so you can flap your way to success. Dedication. This book is dedicated to the many friends and family members who have conquered adversities to flap their own unique paths to success. Thank you for your inspirational examples of perseverance, patience, and faith. Flap. Face your reality. The people who say you aren't facing reality actually mean that you aren't facing their idea of reality. Margaret Halsey. Chapter 1. You are not like anyone else. The fastest way to kill something special is to compare it to something else. Anonymous. Why do we compare ourselves to others? It seems to be an inevitable trait. Before you know it, you've measured yourself by your own or someone else's standards and have concluded after reviewing the facts or from your keen observation that you are either inferior or superior to someone else. We all need to stop doing this. When I was growing up, my mom would often say to me how I had been such a pretty baby and I had grown up ugly. And unfortunately, I couldn't validate this to be factual, as the only pictures I could find from my childhood were from about 2 years of age and older. One day during my high school years, she commented how one of my best friends was so pretty. I remember feeling hurt, and that I somehow wasn't measuring up to her expectation of what was considered beautiful. As you can probably imagine, it affected my self-esteem and created insecurity about my looks. I began comparing other people's looks to my own, and did not fully appreciate my own God-given beauty. Even as I got older, my mom would continue to occasionally make the comment during family gatherings. Finally, one day in my 40s, I had the courage to call out my mom after she made the comment, and I asked her why she had kept saying this over the years. I also told her how hurtful it was. She said she never meant anything by it and didn't realize that her saying so had bothered me that much. From that day forward, she never made the comment again about my growing up ugly. As a result of my experience, I made the decision to always tell my daughter that she was beautiful. I also forgave my mom, as staying upset about this would only hinder me from stepping into my full potential. One of the worst things we can do is to compare ourselves to other people. There will always be something about us that someone else is better at. Social comparison theory says that individuals do this to determine their own social and personal worth based on how they stack up against others. While there are some benefits to comparison, such as motivation and growth, there are also negative effects like self-doubt, lack of self-esteem, and depression. In today's social media environment, with posts that show how well everyone is doing and how beautiful and perfect everyone looks, it's easy to feel left behind and that you are not keeping up. What most people don't realize is that there's sometimes much more going on behind the scenes, and things might not be as rosy or perfect as they're being portrayed on social media.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?